Hello, fellow YouTube watchers, and welcome to another episode of Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Today we're going to be checking out some new cards from the set Temporal Forces that released last Friday. Gengar is one of my favorite cards, so we are going to be trying a Gengar deck here. So we got a 4-1-3 line, Ghastly and Haunter Gengar. We are using Radiant Alakazam to help move damage. Now I should explain this Gengar. So whenever your opponent attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. And then Tricky Steps allows us to move an energy from the opponent's active Pokemon to one of their bench. So kind of the idea is to like energy lock them, I guess is what you call it. I'm not quite sure, but we're basically trying to move energy from their active into a useless benched Pokemon. To help with this, we are using Pokemon League Headquarters. Which attacks used by basic Pokemon in play cost 1 more energy. So if we have all 3 Gangars out here, every time they put an energy on a Pokemon, we're doing 60 damage. And if we're against a deck that's running basics, and then they need that extra energy, they're just gonna have to be putting energy on and be doing damage to themselves. Also, like I said, combined with Radiant Alakazam, we can just move around damage counters as required just to try to get those sneaky knockouts. We're using the new 8-spec Prime Catcher, just a kind of like a free boss. I guess basically it's an escape rope, except I get to choose. Okay, we are using a TM Evolution, just to try to get those Ghastlies evolved, or even the Bibarel line evolved kind of on the first turn or second turn. We're running the Bidoof Bibarel line with the Scovit for our draw engine. We are using the Battle VIP Pass alternative, the Buddy Poffin. A Buddy! Allows us to search a deck for 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less. So, that's a good way to get our Ghastlies and Bidoof and Scovits out on the play area. I have added 3 Dark Patches to this deck just to help energize up the Gengars that are on the bench. 2 Vessels to try to search for energy, and then we can get them in the discard pile with some Ultra Balls. I have 3 rare candies that we can search out with Arven. Arven can also help us search out for the TM Evolution. And we do have 1 town store to just try to get that TM Evolution to help us get it on the first couple turns. We are using a new Eerie, which the opponent reveals their hand and you discard up to 2 item cards you find there. So just another way to slow the opponent down, trying to energy lock them, and then also trying to discard any rods or super energy retrieval, stuff like that, where we can try and keep their energy in the discard pile and on their Pokemon that are useless. We are using the Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking, which allows us to search us for any 2 cards in our deck and then put those cards on top in any order, which combined with Bibarel is quite deadly, finding any 2 cards we want, and then as long as we have 3 cards or less in hand, we can just draw those with Bibarel. Got 2 Iono, keep a boss in there, and we do have 1 counter catcher for down on prizes. We can boss up a useless Pokemon that they have to attach energy to retreat, or use a switch card of some kind, which hopefully we discard with Eerie. So, and then we're also using a Giovanni's Charisma. Put an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon into their hand. If you do, attach an energy card from your hand to your active Pokemon. So just another way to energy lock them, get energy in their hand, and then they gotta put that back on their Pokemon. And if we have 3 Gengars out, 60 damage per energy attachment. So let's go and find out how good this deck is going to be. Make sure we set this active. Let's play some Pokemon. see. Who are we gonna play? I'm sure it's going. It made the music that it found someone, but it's a little bit behind here. We are up against Ramoko. Good luck to you, Madame or Sir. They are choosing heads because tails always fails. Told ya. Alright. The problem with this deck is setup. I'm trying to get all those Gengars out. It's hard. It is hard. By no means is this deck a meta deck, but it is fun to mess up your opponent's energy, and I just love Gengar. Get this Ghastly and Bidoof out. So we have a Vessel we can discard our... maybe I should have put the Ghastly on the bench actually so we could start powering it up, but they do have it. We are against a Lost Zone deck, which the reason I put the Bidoof on the bench was because I have that Bibarel and I didn't want them to be able to knock it out, which they wouldn't have been able to anyways. Second turn they can get the Cramorant, so they can knock out my Ghastly. But I would have let me see here. Actually, yeah, they could have knocked out the Bidoof. What am I talking about? I haven't had a turn yet. I can't evolve it next turn. Get some sleep, bro. Anyways, we're gonna Vessel, thin out the deck some. We can attach. And pretty much do nothing. I am guessing they are going to knock me out with a Cram. But we have no other Ghastly set up on the bench. So this is what I'm talking about here. It's a hard deck to set up, but when you're able to set up, it works quite well. Now against a Lost Zone deck, I feel like it doesn't work the best because they can just keep getting energies back with the rods. But that's why I can, if I'm against a Sable, I could move the energy to, like, say, well, not Spiritomb really, but I can move it to a Comfy, but then they can just retreat and discard the energy anyway, so I think this is going to be a tough matchup for sure. Just please don't have the Cram. Please, please, please. Wow, they don't. That is what I like to see. Get this Tricky Steps going. Basically just doing damage right now because they don't have any energy attached, so meh. Okay, now we can start getting something. Let me see here. Do I want to get this I get the Scovit. Start getting the Scovit set up. We can Dark Patch. We could boss. Nothing really to boss. I will keep that hand for now. Tricky Steps for 160. Get our first prize card, which is normal with Lost Zone. And they probably have counter catchers and all this jazz. Lost Zone does well with being behind in prizes. Switch to that Cram with Crisis Punch. Deadly. Absolute deadly. See what they can do. What do they have in the Lost Zone? They have 8 in the Lost Zone already. Holy, rip me a new one. 2 Roxanne in the off Lost Zone. What am I talking about? 1 counter catcher. The Vacuum. Do they have more counter catchers? And they just concede because the Gengar is too intimidating for them. Well, let's just go right into another match. Go into another match with the new deck 95. I haven't named it yet, I guess. What's a good name for this Gengar deck? Not sure. Energy Trickster. Ghostly Energizing Ghost thing? Whoa, what in the heck? Look at this guy. He's naked. I'm gonna have to blur that out. I have to report this to the devs of the game. Tails. Are you serious? Tails won? How many times does Tails win? Really? Does it really win 50% of the time? I don't think so. I really don't think so. We got a good starting hand. We can pop in for another Ghastly and a Bidoof. Next turn we have that rare candy. Oops. A Ghastly and a Bidoof. Yeah, we're going to put that League headquarters down just in case they get that Entite power up. I don't want them knocking out. I'm just going to Pokegear to thin out the deck a bit, but nothing. I saw Radiant Alakazam. I saw another Ghastly. We'll end turn. Next turn we can... Well, we can get our Gengar out. And then we can Arven for... Not quite sure yet, actually. Actually, I'm probably going to Arven for an Ultra Ball. I can Arven for an Ultra Ball and get the Bibarels just so we can start drawing. Start our draw engine going. Okay, what is this guy doing? Is this a Charizard deck? What is this? Or is this like an Iron Valiant Entei deck? What's it gonna be? Forgot to say we are up against Louis Valmore. Good luck to you. Because you're gonna need it. Okay. We are up against the Charizard EX. Alright. What do we get here? We do get a Dark Patch. Hey, buddy. We're gonna Ultra Ball and get ourselves a... Well, I guess one of these. Which we don't really need. We don't even have a... We don't even have an energy. But we might get one. We really might get one. Do I risk it? No. I'm gonna get rid of these for the Bibarel. So then we can draw 4 cards. A rare candy this. Draw 4 cards. We did get an energy. Scovit. Just gonna leave it there. Now, if I would have instead got rid of the Dark Patch, I could have used that TM evolution and then, you know, got this Ghastly into a Haunter. But meh. They didn't even get a Charmander out, so we're looking pretty good. The longer time we get to set up, the better. And I have that one Gengar out, so I mean, if they keep manually attaching energy, it's going to do damage. But with the Charizard deck, it's not really useful because Charizard EX just takes energy from the deck. So, Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this match goes. Can they get their Pidgeot out? We will see. They are thinking long and hard about this. I feel like they do not have what they need. They have a Relicanth, which is in the new set. Each of your evolved Pokemon can use any attack from its previous evolutions, which can be useful in some situations, actually. Another instant charge. They don't get what they need. That is unlucky for them, actually. We can use a Poffin. Well... Let me see here. Is it worth getting 2 Bibarel set up? Meh, screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Might as well school it. Let's use this. I don't have an energy in my hand. I can Arven for a Ultra Ball. What would I get rid of though? That's the thing. Actually, I'm gonna Arven for an Ultra Ball. And the evolution. And I'm actually gonna use this. And I'm gonna Ultra Ball these 2 away for Gengar. And I can Rare Candy this Gengar. And I can use Evolution to evolve these 2. Get that Bibarel and get that Haunter on there. Beauty. Okay. I keep looking at my recording just to make sure it's still going, because I recorded a full game before, and the OBS recording software just totally froze, so in the middle of the game. So don't mind me, I'm just checking to make sure it's not freezing, because that would be unfortunate. Buddy Puff, and they can finally get their Charmanders on the field, on their bench. Honestly, things are not looking good for them. If they could have, like, they could have gotten Charizard. Oh, what? Okay, this isn't a Charizard deck. What the heck? Litten. Okay, what kind of deck is this? Oh, Incineroar. That's what it is. The new Incineroar. I believe it's, I think it's maybe 4 or 5 energy for like 260 damage. But, I think it's 1 less energy. The attack costs 1 less energy for each benched opponent's Pokemon, I think. It's something like that. Litten goes into Incineroar, I'm pretty sure, right? Haven't played against a deck like this yet. They did finally get the Pidgeot. And they can get whatever card they want. My problem is finding energy right now. I don't even have any in the discard pile. I do have 2 Bibarels though. So the Bibarel, and then Scovit, and then Bibarel, I can like look through, what, 10 cards? Well, next turn I can draw, I can draw 3, and then, you know, I draw 1 and then another 4. So yeah, about around 10 cards or so I can look through, which is pretty good. I'm honestly glad for the slow start by them, because it allows me to get set up like this. Whereas, you know, against fast decks like, Miraidon and, well, the new Miraidon and Roaring Moon, those are all really fast. Even Charizard EX, sometimes, like, lots of games, they're able to get their Charizard power up turn 2. No luck here though. I see. They probably used the Relicanth on this because this attack does 20 damage for each damage counter, and Incineroar probably has like 300 HP. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so what do we have going on here? They sure are thinking. What are you gonna do with that lit tin there? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. 220 damage to my Gengar. Get a Giovanni's Charisma. Okay, now. Let me think. I can... yeah, Giovanni Charisma, not really useful. It can be useful now. I can't get rid of an energy from them. I can attach an energy. Yeah. yeah. Do it! Okay. Now, I think I'll Ultra Ball for the other Gengar. Yeah, and Bibarel for 5. Radiant Alakazam, Palpad. Might as well attach another. Move an energy from the basic. What am I thinking? I attacked too quick. I forgot to attach an energy. That is rather unfortunate. So I got 30 damage left. So let's see if they attach an energy from their hand. They're doing 60 damage. They KO themselves. We'll see if they're smart enough to not do that. But unless they have a switch card, I mean, they might not have a switch card in the deck. I mean, they're Pidgeot. You think they'd search for one, possibly? So if they're not going to search for a switch card, I believe they do not even have one. So we'll see. And then basically their Entei would be stuck in the active until I KO it. So maybe their best bet is to just KO their own Entei if they have no switch card. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so they're going to quick search. Do they have the switch? Time will tell. Suspenseful. Ooh. Eerie, suspenseful music. They're looking through their deck. What do they get? They got 10 cards in hands. Do they have a switch card? And the answer is... hello? Okay, Mr. Lewis. Or Mrs. Lewis. Ultra Ball. Ping, bop, boop, bop, beep, boop, beep. What are you looking for? Incineroar, maybe? That would be my guess. Or another Pidgeot if they have another... oh, actually another Pidgeot is kind of useless. Get rid of an Ultra Ball and a Nest Ball. Do they get the Fire Monkey? Oh, it's a mystery card I do not know. Because Pokemon Trading Card Game Live did not show me what card they got. They are rare canding into mystery Pokemon. Incineroar. It is an Incineroar. I knew that. I knew it. Vessel for 2 more fire energy. What are you going to do? Are you going to KO your own Entei? Oh! I hope so. I don't know if that's the only... maybe they just don't know. Do they not know what Gengar does? Maybe they're just going to attach and KO. Or maybe that's the only option they have. They have no switches. It's just going to be stuck in there, so I don't really know. They put that Hero's Cape on. for 420 HP. That is a big bad fire monkey. Big bad fire monkey. They did opt for the KO. I will take my 2 prizes. Thank you very much. And get a prime catcher. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Using that Blaze Blast. I can't even see this Incineroar here, but yeah, so attacks used by this Pokemon cost 1 energy less for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Which, that's what I thought. And it does 240 and burned, which burn does 10 damage. Okay, this is honestly, this is a bit unfortunate actually. Oh no, this works. I can prime catcher. Okay, we're good. Alright, I can Dark Patch onto Gengar. I can attach here. I can, let me think here. He's got Hero's Cape on it. 420. Oh, that's a big boy. So we could prime catcher this. What do you want a prime catcher? Pidgeot. We can get rid of this Litten or this Torracat, possibly. We could do a bunch of damage onto Rotom, move the energy to, oh, I don't know, Pidgey. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because then he's gonna have to put energy onto there, and it's gonna knock out, I think. So Ultra Ball. What are we really looking for? I don't know. Palpad. Giovanni. That's what. One's active Pokemon. I might put some Giovanni back. We have 1 Dark Patch left. Let's Bibarel for 1, see what we can get here. Another energy. I should have put the Alakazam down first. We'll Nestash. Make sure it's recording here. Town store, we can find nothing. I don't want to put that down just in case they take advantage of that. So it might be good to get rid of that, but let's draw 4. Headquarters. That won't really help, but that will get rid of their basin, which I'll do. I'll save this for next turn. I'm just going to do 160. Move his energy onto here. Now they need a switch card, or they're going to have to attach an energy to retreat, and that will just KO them, because that will do 40 damage. It's another Incineroar. 320, so yeah. Have we used a boss yet? I do run 1 boss in this deck, so you know what we can do here. They're gonna, do they have a switch card? They haven't used any. They might carry a switch or something, or a switch cart, or those are pretty much the only switch cards nowadays. No more escape rope. They don't have prime catcher because they are using the cape. Now, yeah, as long as I have 4 bench Pokemon, it only costs 1 fire energy. Even if I knock this out next turn, Mist energy. Okay. Do they forget about this? Like, I don't know if people are just like underestimating the ghost, the Gengar EX. Like, that's twice he just attached an energy and killed their, KO'd their active Pokemon. That's, man. Okay. I can super rod that back in the deck. I can Giovanni's Charisma. I can super rod that, and that. Could I get another Gengar out? I do have a rare candy left somewhere. What is the best thing to do here, though? Oh, yeah. Let me do this. Oh, I forgot it attaches to the active. My bad. We could poff in another Ghastly. Raid Alakazam. Let's do Ghastly. Pokemon League headquarters, town store. No, I don't want to risk anything. Let's see here. Ultra Ball. Yeah, I can Ultra Ball. Gengar. Not sure. Oh, I should have looked actually if okay, counter catcher. I might save that. And I'm gonna save that. Let's go ahead and do this. Just gonna move it to this Pidgeot. I think this is game, honestly. There's no way. They attach another energy, they're doing another 40 damage. They're at 240. So we just need to do 180, I think. If I mathed it correctly. I don't carry a Lost Vacuum in this deck. I might think about adding that. Do another 40 damage, you're going 240. Yeah, 180. I need to do 180, which I cannot do. But next turn, if they want to attack, they can't. So I think we're good. Even if they knock out this Gengar, they're only one prize away. So just need to make sure I do have enough energy. I have one in the discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have 3 energy left. So I could just Vessel for another energy here. So I'll probably most likely use Eerie to see what kind of tools they have. Or sorry, what kind of item cards they have to discard. Lewis is thinking hard, busting some brain cells thinking about how am I going to win. Can boss. All right. Fair. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that really helps, but unless they leave it there. Will they leave it there? Or will they KO it? I don't think I run any I don't think I run any switch. So I'm gonna go ahead and use oh, what am I gonna do here? We'll use this. Then I can retreat, right? So I have one more. I can retreat with this Gengar. This Bibarel. Dark Patch, Beauty. Get that Gengar powered up. Would be looking for a... not sure if the other rare candy's in the deck. It is not. That's fine. Alright. So... I think we're pretty good here. They can't attach an energy. Not sure if they have a switch. I think we are golden. Gengar EX, everyone. Not a meta deck per se. They took quite a while to get set up, and once Gengar's set up, it's pretty good, but I would not give it a rating of a meta deck. Opponent conceded. It's 2 concedes. Well, thanks for watching. Gengar EX from Temporal Forces. Being a little tricky with those tricky steps, moving that energy around so they cannot attack. And if they do attach the energy, they KO themselves, which poor little Lewis did. Naked Lewis. Thanks for sticking around to the video, and till next time, peace.